Hello, in this video we're going to be taking a look at proving the power rule for differentiation from first principles. So that's the rule where we times by the power and take one away to differentiate a polynomial. Now, to access this video, it's going to be important that you know how to differentiate from first principles, and if you don't, I'll link my video on that in the description. And as part of this proof, we're going to do a basic binomial expansion. You should be able to follow it even if you haven't really seen it before, as there's a formula that I use that I'll put on screen. But again, if you want to look at that first, I'll link my video on that in the description. If you do find this useful, please do go over to my channel where I have loads of other maths tutorials. So you can see in this red box, we've got the statement we're trying to prove. So if we've got a function which is x to the power of n, then its derivative, f dash of x, is equal to n times x to the power of n minus 1. So we times by the power and take one away. Now for this video, we're just going to be proving it for n being a natural number, but once we look at something called implicit differentiation, we'll look at proving it for all values of n. Okay, so this video is just looking at where n is a natural number, and you'll see why that is as we go through the proof. Now we're going to be proving this using first principles, which is what we looked at in the last video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it in the description, but you can see here's my first principles definition of a derivative. Now in this case, our function f of x, I'll write it out here, is just going to be x to the power of n, where again remember n is a natural number, so just a positive whole number basically. That's what this part here is saying. N is a positive whole number. And so f of x plus h is just equal to x plus h all to the power of n. That's all it is. We just replace wherever there's an x with whatever is inside the function. So let's chuck everything into our definition of the derivative. So it's equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of x plus h to the power of n minus x to the n all over h. Now at this point you might feel a bit stuck because we've got this binomial here, but it's raised to the power of n, and well, we don't know what n is, so how are we going to expand it? Well, we're going to use our binomial expansion formula, which I'll put up on the screen now. So you can see now I've put it on screen in red. This is the formula we're going to use, and for this the a in our expansion will be x and the b in our expansion will be h, and I'm just going to plug everything into this formula. So our derivative f dash of x is equal to the limit as h tends to 0 of, well, it's a to the n, and we said that a was x, so it's going to be x to the n plus n choose 1 times a to the n minus 1, so that's x to the n minus 1 multiplied by b, which we said was h, plus n choose 2 times x to the n minus 2 times h squared, plus all the way up to n choose n minus 1 multiplied by x times h to the n minus 1 plus h to the n. And then we're subtracting from that f of x, which is x to the n, and everything is then divided by h. Now if we take a look at this, you'll notice that the first and last term on the numerator will cancel with each other. So x to the n subtract x to the n, they disappear. And then all of the remaining terms we have, hopefully you can see, have an h in them, which means we can cancel that h on the denominator with every term on the numerator. And if you remember your indice rules for division, well, if you're dividing two terms, you subtract the powers, don't you? So h to the 1 here divided by h, well, that goes to h to the 0, so that's going to cancel out. H squared divided by h, well, that's going to go to h to the power of 2 minus 1, which is just 1. Over here we've got h to the n minus 1, we'll divide that by h, we take 1 away, so it's n minus 2, and this last term h to the n divided by h is going to go to h to the power of n minus 1, and we've cancelled out the h on the denominator. Let's then write this down again, just neatened up, so we've got the limit as h tends to 0 of n choose 1 times x to the n minus 1 plus n choose 2 times x to the n minus 2 times h plus all the other terms up to n choose n minus 1 multiplied by x to the power of h to the power of n minus 2 plus h to the power of n minus 1. Now we can take the limit because we've removed that h from the denominator, and when we do, well, every term with an h in it is going to tend to 0 because h is going to tend to 0, and anything times by that really tiny number is also going to go to 0, which means this term's going to tend to 0, as is this term, as is this term. Pretty much every term is going to tend to 0 apart from our first term here, And so that's going to leave us with our limit being equal to n choose 1 multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. So now the only thing we've got left is this n choose 1. So how could we rewrite this in a more familiar form? Well, maybe you remember if you've got n choose r, that is just equal to n factorial over r factorial multiplied by n minus r factorial. So let's replace this n choose 1 with that formula. Initially it's going to look worse, but it will neaten up. So we're going to have n factorial over 1 factorial multiplied by n minus 1 factorial multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. Well, how is this going to neaten up? Well, 1 factorial is just 1, so we can get rid of that. And if we wanted to, we could write the numerator n factorial as n multiplied by n minus 1 multiplied by n minus 2 all the way down to 1. And so we could write it as n multiplied by n minus 1 factorial. So let's do that. So we've now got n times n minus 1 factorial over n minus 1 factorial times x to the power of n minus 1. And hopefully you can see these n minus 1 factorials on the numerator and denominator will cancel out and just leave us with n multiplied by x to the power of n minus 1. And you can see we've completed that proof. So hopefully this video was useful. If it was, please do go over to my channel where I have loads of other maths tutorials, and I'll also link my website in the video description. If you go over there, I think it's a bit easier to navigate through all of the different videos I've made. Thanks for watching.